Good night, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Venison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live on the Workers' Rights channel. Now, today being the 21st of February 2025, today we had a particular ordeal today. You know, just as I would have stated on our previous live, the last one that we would have done, that we here on this platform would have reached out to. By the way, good night to everyone. Good night, 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 everyone who are joining us here live. Yes, the program is live. Now, just as many of you outside there would have seen the program before, we would have told you that we would have reached out to Kezel Jackson and Michaela Pandey. We basically want to find out what they are all about. And we went to the office to find answers as we stormed Kezel office demanding answers. With no disrespect, we did it disrespectfully. But at the end of the day, if people is speaking, talking fluff, trust what I'm saying, we need to find out, and we believe that we are the best of the best. We believe this platform go deeper than all the rest of them. Yes, there are other platforms that have more consistency as us, but they can't beat us with depth. That is what they cannot beat us with. So at the end of the day, I know some of you would have tuned into the live. We actually had 2 cameras. At the end of the day, the conversation, it was very fruitful. We get to find out a lot of things about Kezel Jackson and what she have installed for people. But firstly, before we enter the domain of that discussion, there are some issues I want to clear up here tonight. Because at the end of the day, people, representation is a very serious thing outside here. You don't just say you want to represent somebody at the end of the day and he is not tested by the people. Because your loyalty is supposed to be to the people and not an organization. So at the end of the day, when we are here speaking about the representation for Point 14 and Labre, and you are not tested and you are forced on the people by our organization, we have a problem with that. Understand what I'm saying? It's not a fight and fight organization. What is true about the part is not true about the whole. We ain't condemning the whole structure. We condemning a particular move by an organization that we here on this platform support. And what I am saying is this: at the end of the day, we want OWTU to force no representation on the people here. The people would have speak out about that. Kaileda and Kiza for Point 14 is forced on the people, and the people have a problem with that. And if we vex, that is our business. We ain't condemning the organization. But you see, that move, it is disrespectful and it is disingenuous to the views and the perspective that people have. When you see that one way, the PNM and their ministers don't want to hear people, we don't want to say the same thing about the UNC. You cannot force 2 representatives on the people in this country on the side. That is not something that I would have tolerate. We have set a benchmark within this area, and if nobody cannot reach that benchmark, boy, we not accepting no forced thing. Nothing at all. We not accepting that at all down on this side here. So at the end of the day, there is a story that I would like to clear up, a matter of fact. Let me go into this first slide here today. So slide number 1, we see in this. Now, no, you won't go and see it. You won't go and see it. Let me bring it down that you can see what I am speaking about. Now, this slide here with Annie said, he endorses the trade union alliance. But has the OWTU and their proposed candidate for this area here in Point Fortin and Labre, as these representatives and them? This is not a union meeting. This is representation for a particular area. As you reach out to the people within the area in Point Fortin and Labre, did these two individuals had any cottage meeting with the people within the area? Blind again. Yes, you support the alliance, yes, thing, but do we have the representation that is required to put this, for we to get outside of the clutches of the dependency of the PNM? That is what must be asked. Slide number 2. One time I taken this thing here in parts. Right. MSJ leader monitoring union leaders contesting seats for the UNC. A noteworthy claim. I and all, we monitoring. If these are representative for the area, has the OWTU or your understanding, or you know, to go and storm the OWTU office? If you want to call the police, I don't care about that no more. That is what I am willing to risk here, because we have been fighting here the issues here on the ground, because the PNM have neglected the people within this area. Poor representation in this area, and I would have told you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, that if it come down that we have to fight these 2 seats independent, so be it. Then there are no rules in war. Don't make we have to fight. Don't make we have to reach to that point that we have to start to speak out on certain things. Because at the end of the day, I won't leave my brother, my sister, my neighbor, my aunt, my uncle to a representation that is so poor, and to myself. Are you crazy? Next slide. Mad or what? Now, this one here have a little weight, and I want you to see this one properly. Right. Ansel, a matter of fact, let me load down this thing because I want you to hear me. Ansel Roger. I want you to see me properly. I see I take off the music. I take off the background music. Right. Ansel Roger opposed Jindal Steel bid for Petrotrin refinery, arguing against the foreign control and corrupt allegation and the exclusion of local stakeholders. However, his actions now contradict his own principles as he attempts to impose Clyde Elder and Ernesto Kiza as candidates for Labre and Point Fortin without consulting the people. If Roger believes that decision about the refinery requires public input, then leadership choices for these communities should also be made by the people, not directly by OWTU. His hypocrisy is clear. True representation demands transparency, consultation, and not backroom political deals. I want you to understand that. Who vex loss? At the end of the day, these picking a representative for a particular area is not supposed to be no secret thing outside here. It's not supposed to be a thing that that discussed within a damn vacuum. It's not a thing that people know after the fact. It's not a thing that people should people should find out within the papers or within the news. At the end of the day, we support the coalition, but if the representative for this area is forced upon the people, we have a problem here in this area. I hold no remorse to that. And if it comes to pass that we have to fight this area for ourselves, it means that there are other brothers that we'll have to fight to. And when I say that, it's without no apology. At the end of the damn day, the people in this area here in which we have been fighting for have been underrepresented for years. And we would have always, every time I preach this here on this platform as a mantra, we in this area contribute 40% to the national GDP, and it's the poorest in terms of infrastructure. The hell with the PNM in this area, and at the end of the day, any imposed leadership here, we will reject it. When I say that, I say all at the end of the day, we deserve a particular type of representation, and we will not stop until that is given to us. Talk done. So, it has some issues I intend to clear up here on this platform here this evening. The first one, because we are about to play the clip with Kezel Jackson in which we would have went out in her office today. Today we would have went in the office today, because you can't be a political leader and talking fluff. And if we have to reach in OWTU office and ask them, have they consulted the people in the same fashion? Boy. So we here on this platform here to speak about this whole situation. With all fairness, before we play that video, let me clear up this fact here this afternoon. At the end of the day, I'm supposed to come in with an editorial. And I want you to understand, many of you jump out or yourself. We would have had extensive conversation today concerning certain things that would have taken place within a private chat for Confronting to Ikakas. And today I am going to expand on that statement there in which we would have had. Statement number one. I want you to understand where we're going with this before I move on to this Kezel situation here. Right. So I go and put up the picture here with Keza and Clydella. I want you to see and understand where this picture is here. Right, Keza and Clydella. Now the gentleman with the white beard, that is Keza I'm speaking about. And he's known in this area to be a man to help out a lot of people get jobs within the Trinidad operation. Trinidad operation until it get closed down. At the end of the day, we're not disputing that. But this is the argument that we have concerning that particular gentleman. The next one, we know Clydella at all. He actively assists friends family, friends and family in search in employment, friends and family in terms of employment to get job. However, once you get hired, it was their responsibility to maintain their position through hard work and dedication. The man with the beard, that is Kezel, that is what we are talking about, the argument that we are presenting. There are people that would have come and say he helped a lot of people get work. We're not disputing that. So he actively assists friends and families in securing employment opportunities, ensuring that they have a chance to get a job. However, once hired, it was their responsibility to maintain their position through hard work and dedication. Simply getting a job is not enough. They have to prove themselves through their performance. So he getting the job, they still have to perform. At the end of the day, when it comes to community advocacy, that is a different matter entirely. Helping individuals find employment is one thing, but advocating for broader community development requires more structured and sustained effort. It involves addressing systematic issues such as job security, fair wages, working conditions, factors that impact not just a few individuals but the entire workforce within the community. So, to my friends and them that planning to come with the argument that the gentleman in question, Kezel, help people get job. That is within our controlled environment. And what we are talking about, advocacy, we are talking about the broader perspective. The whole community, everybody. You questions in which you supposed to be asking about these individuals. What issue has Kezel actively advocate for, and what impact it had? Has Kezel taken a stand on has Kezel taken a stand on workers' community issue, and what results would have came out of it? How is Kezel advocacy different from just helping people get jobs? And these are some basic questions that must be asked. Instead of gifting a person with a position. And what, you see, I would have played this video here. Let me get it from a different perspective. Let me get this video from a different perspective so you could understand what is being said here or what I am trying to say. Because there are some although these days we don't listen to much of Marsha Walker and some of her comments concerning this, but pay attention to this video.
Congratulations to Hans Devines. For those of you who do not know, PNM has named their candidate for the Diego Martin West constituency for the upcoming general election, which is due this year. I want to get into his acceptance speech, where he thanked Dr. Rowley for the foundation set in Diego Martin. What foundation exactly are you referring to, Mr. Devines? One of youth unemployment, one of high crime, one of garbage? And you know what? Let's use that to jump into the second point.
I want you to read between the lines.
Tonight, but the work starts tomorrow. That's the problem. The problem is that you are now going to start to work and now going to start to walk Diego Martin West. Otherwise, you would not be saying, thank you, Dr. Rowley, for the foundation. Of course, unless the foundation that he set is a foundation of nepotism and legacy politics. I have no idea who you are, who your daddy is, and who your mommy is. But maybe if we dig deep, we'll figure out how in the world you were gifted a seat like Diego Martin West, which traditionally is a PNM safe seat, though of course I argue it's a non-voting seat. But whatever it is, PNM wins the seat most times, right? I think it's only once in history. But again, I stray. I want to explain something, Mr. Devines. And to PNM, because they have legacy politics. This guy clearly has never walked Diego Martin West. Before Mr. Devines had even put his name up, before he even signed up any nomination form, before he entered politics, his heart should have been in Diego Martin West. He should have known about the garbage problem. He should have known that there is a garbage bin in La Puerta that is set up just in front of a woman with a newborn baby. Well, the baby might actually be about 4 or 5 years old now. That garbage constantly is overflowing. You smell it and you see the garbage overflowing into the streets. There are rats, massive rats roaming around that area, and it is in front of someone's home. So you shouldn't be saying that the work starts tomorrow after you have become a candidate. And this is the problem with PNM. Hans Devines should have been walking. He should have been living there. He should have been fighting for the needs of citizens and constituents for his life. He should have had a lifetime of service before he was gifted this seat. So when I listen to a speech and the speech says, thanks for the foundation, Dr. Rowley, I know he started off bad. And when the second point is the work starts tomorrow, well, I know we in for another 30 plus years of PNM in PNM safe seat nonsense, feeling that because it's a safe seat, you could show up there in your fancy suit and think that you could come and start to walk only in an election year. I am so tired of politicians who feel that they could show up in an election year and then enter parliament and receive big salaries, perks, and pension for life. Trinidad and Tobago, are you fed up? You have to be the one to set the tone, because you know what? I saw all the PNM people jumping and waving their banner, and I still see people talking about, well, at least it's a fresh face. You know what? This at least minimum standard politics needs to end. We want candidates who have spent a lifetime of service, who have spent their adulthood serving the constituents, and then come to realize, wait, you know what? Politics is the highest form of ethics. After serving my butt off, I come to realize that the only way to really make change is to get inside Parliament and change the laws and change the policies. It's people who walk and work normal without any salary. They just do it because they have a servant's heart. And then they come to realize this place needs change. And then they put their names on a nomination form and say, I'm willing to serve. Not the other way around. Not the other way around. So I'm sorry, Hans Devines. You start off real bad. The work not supposed to start tomorrow. The work was supposed to start 10 years ago. Diego Martin West, Trinidad and Tobago, if we want change, we the citizens have to change. We have to demand more from the people that want to serve us. Oh, sorry. In this case, want to just represent us in Parliament and collect a salary.
Now, at the end of the day, many of you have already picked up on what the team going here. There are many of them outside here that are imposters to representation. There are many of them that hear, hey, this thing paying a particular salary. Many of them. But how much of them could say that they would have walked the floor? How much of them was distressed in the night by people calling the phone and saying, hey, it have a problem here. We need you to say something on this. How much of them? And the problem is this, to you, the people of Labre and Point 14, that supporting this piece of nonsense that is going on take place here within this area, with a representation that was just pushed on us by the OWTU. That is not no political party. They are involved in union business. But in terms of representing a community, where was they? And somehow you go talk one set of bullshit when you see, boy, this not about fighting down black man, you know? We want representation in this area. It's not just changing for our next one to learn on the job. We don't want that here. That is something that we don't want. We can't put somebody within a position and hoping and praying that they understand what is representation on that magnitude, and hoping we go get something good go happen out of this. Are you looking for a miracle? There are people that in the trenches that know what actually taking place on the ground, and to hell with some of you fly by night. Yes, at the end of the day, somebody, you might be a good person. I ain't attacking your character either, but bullshit, we must call it for what it is. That is what had to take place here. So before, at the end of the day, I go down a particular road here, there is some issues here I need to clear up first. You, at the end of the day, the union join up and all of a sudden, there's an activist. Clyde Ella, where were you? Ernesto Kezel, where were you? I ain't taking that down on this side. I ain't taking that at all over my dead body. And who vex loss? If at the end of the day I have to break certain ties with certain people, I ain't mind. But the minute the attack, my hand and sick. Yeah, it might be a little sick, but at the end of the day, I ain't gonna hold back. You see how much warnings are putting out. I am not prepared to accept that at all. So before we move on to all the USI issues, I'll close off that one right there. Now before we play the tape here with Kezel Jackson concerning this whole ordeal, and we urge many of you to tune in because we're going on close off here. Now Kezel Jackson would have said something that, you know, just the other day when I talk about this whole dead water synopsis. We would have went through this whole ordeal here with she, and the amount of people that would have called us and say, no boy, this woman not so, this woman help me, they help this one, they help that one. Some of we just play smart with foolishness. Let me clear up this issue here immediately concerning this dead water story. Stay glued to your TV right now. What I am going to reveal here is something that we know in but Kel Kezel. So the parents and them that are here, that know that what I'm speaking about, let me play this clip. man from a funeral home would have speak out on this scenario here.
You know something that doesn't really want to talk about, but then you had to talk about it. Right, but story time on the Tick Chronicles again. I used to hear everybody, all them people and them saying, boy, about a certain topic now. You know, it was really so, and it would have come to me like that. So I say, alright, thing. So one day, you know, so a lady come up to me now and she was like, hi, good day, good day. But I saw the lady pass a few times and she watching. So she was like, hi, good day, good day, good day. So when she came and she say, yeah, what's going on? She want to get some dead water. Right? I guess some dead, is it possible here? And she only laughing and say, oh gosh, I know you go thing and whatnot, but then her face get dead serious and she was like, she wanna get some dead water. And I was like, huh? What? So she say, oh gosh, please. And she started to take out money and she started to say thing. Oh gosh, I said no. But I hear people talk about it before, other funeral men and thing, and I said to myself thing. So she leave, a blank, she obviously we don't deal with that. So she leave and she think. I said alright. Next day now, all of a sudden I now reach the funeral home and I know usually I have one worker that does be there, like a fella he does be there before me and before anybody, so you know. I see, he said, boy, I called him, he said, there's somebody here to you, boy, there's somebody here to me, but we wasn't expecting no clients. I do so and I cracked the door now in the chapel. So the woman sit down there, waiting. I said, oh gosh. And he only laughing, giggling, I said, oh gosh, boy, what really going on here, boy? Anyway, the woman say, hey, boss, the woman say, show some dead water, boy, thing. So yeah, handle shower, and gave me a wink now, handle shower. I said, handle she. I get real upset, boy. I say, we don't think that, boy, this man going on in the back, boy. And had it one day, he go along in the back and fill a bottle, right? Fill a bottle of water, normal 2-liter bottle. Put some, what you put in it, if it's bleach or some stone or dirt or whatever, we had a little some, and shake it up and thing, and then come back and hand the woman it. But the woman keep coming, you know. So he say, boy, we just get you off your back thing. Boy, the woman take out 500 and hand the man it, yes. I said, okay. I said, alright, but you know me want no part. So at the end of the day, these kind of things, or they have to watch out there because it's real wicked and evil things going on out there. Watch the food or the eating, because that same woman, when we do so now, who I go bung she up, selling doubles. On a double stand. In a certain area in the east. Yeah? So just imagine how many.
Now, that person there was a young owner of a funeral home, would have just started a funeral home, immaculate funeral home. And we had to face the fact, you know, when some of us here go stand and want to kill Kezel Jackson, at the end of the day, that is something that is taking place within our culture. It's a good thing that the person would have given them a mixture sand and thing. We had to admit that taking place within the culture. But the people that is doing that, that is what we must speak out against, because they are not just people that are doing that with doubles and things. There are people doing that with all kind of different food. They believe it has some form of property. But just the other day we put the belt, we put the gun. We put the gun on Kezel for saying that, and that is something that exists within our culture that needs to be addressed. Yes, not just a particular set of people, but the entire country. That need to be addressed. So if you want to think that the boy did that thing, or you could go and watch it all on Facebook and all kind of thing. That information exists now. The fella would have tried to explain that whole story here in a part 2. I stopped it because it was too raw. I and all can't take it. He's a man like my doubles, but oh God, but
somebody asked me what the dead water for. Dead water for? But I don't really know, you know, because at the end of the day, I didn't even know there's a thing called dead water because, you know, I didn't even know people that collect dead water. So, I don't know what it does use it for, probably, you know, old time saying, if you know about the sayings, anything that people that be saying out there, you know that sometimes people use it, do all kind of simmy-dimmy in cemetery and cook food and make things for people to eat after the clients coming back, probably, you know, that's why I used to be hearing all the time. But, you know, seeing it and having to experience it for myself, is a whole different thing. Anyway, but what they don't watch all themselves, what they eat and what they think, because all they never know, it could be somebody who go into a funeral home and, you know, paying to get the water they wash the dead with.
Or you kill Kezel. Or you mash you up. But this going on, we are not zeroing this thing on a particular set of people, but there are people that believe in that, and that is a serious thing. All kind of health hazard and all kind of things that take place. That people that want to do so, they look for a fresh grave and do all the simmy-dimmy by the person head. Yeah, I mean, we have numerous videos concerning that, and we must pay attention. At the end of the day, I ain't come here to think. I ain't come here to cast no aspersion. This is something that exists within our culture. Let me don't turn me back on it. Yes, we taking a chance by going outside there and eating by any business place. The health, the safety, the how they call it, the sanitary inspector supposed to be checking out these places and them and making sure, you know, they would have reached a standard if we had to get more sanitary inspectors by some of the houses and some of these people and them and see how they prepare the food. Some of us, if we only know we in buy. But yet still that the choice that we take outside here, we urge all the vendors and them that are watching this, or you prepare everything properly, please. That is all I have to say on this matter. Now we are going into the interview in which we would have went to Kezel Jackson office. There were many questions that we wanted answers for. What is she hiding? Who is really backing her? And she would have answered some of the videos here on this platform. But at the end of the day, we ain't finished yet. So we're going into that. We would have asked her to join us here. We will have a live stream here with her. And we're going to open the lines then for you to call in. But just for tonight, listen to some of the questions in which we would have posed her here in our office. There are other people that we are going to their office to find out what they are all about. They are only politicians, they are only human. Kamla Prasad Bisesa is only a human. Rodal Munilal is only a human. These people are only human. Michaela Pandey, she's only a human. Roger, he's only a human. And we are going to show up on your doorsteps and ask certain questions. We intend to take this time. So we're going into this video here concerning Kezel Jackson. And the thing about it, and she didn't behave like Roger Monroe up in the east and walk off on Candace.
You remember the street light they did fix down, so? Right. A couple days after it fall, and all they never come back and fix it. All they never come back and fix it. So what going on? How was only when it come into election, people could see all you. All they, nah man, all they had to do better than that. Hope you don't mind, I get a quick video of this. I want to speak to my MP. So I want to know what plans you have for northeastern settlement and environment.
Roger has been discussing.
No, I'm listening. I'm going to just direct this conversation to he. And you are Mr. Stuart Young. Okay, all right. I want to talk to him for myself. Now, as you know, listen to me, hear me. As you know, We have a lot of youths in the back here delinquent. Youths are asking questions. Why are they running off? We're asking questions. I am asking questions.
Now, I remember that video. The PNM minister would have walked off on Candace Edwards when she would have posed a very serious question to him. A very serious question. And his reaction to that question, he decided to walk off. Now, although we would have went into the office of Kezel Jackson unannounced today, some of you would have seen the video, but we have a second clip here. We have a second clip from a different angle in which we would have seen which you could see the entire course of the discussion. Yes, there was a certain piece that we would have cut off, but only because a particular information that was mentioned on that from somebody she was seeing. So, let me go straight into the video. She didn't walk off. She didn't say, boy, I don't want to hear you. I had nothing to say. That was not her initial reaction. Calm and composed. All the question we would have pelt at her, she bat it off. So this here, this here is the video we are speaking about. And do pay attention, people of Trinidad and Tobago.
You know, they would always talk the same thing.
And you get fed up with that?
And I'm fed up. And it's not now I fed up real long.
How long? How old are you?
I am 39.
Right.
And
You're looking like 25.
oh God, I would take that.
Yeah, see,
I'm taking it. Yeah. And I've been fed up with them since around the second time I was able to vote.
Right.
Right? And
Where are you really from?
I am from St. James.
Yeah, but when you say fed up at the PNM and the other party, what do you mean by that?
I just feel like
they're doing what they're saying.
They're not doing what I say they're doing, and if they're doing it for their people on the inside only. So they're not taking into consideration.
So where you come here for? Where you come by APP for? Where you come by and saying that you want to see Kezel for?
Of course, because you know she's a woman of integrity, and I believe she is a woman that, you know, when she says something, she does it.
All right. She ever renege on she would?
No. I've never seen that.
But what about you? You wanted to say something. I want to hear it because all of this, just now, all of this live here, can't put the camera on, all of this live if you want to hear what's going on. Yeah, sir?
I've been following up for some years now on social media.
How many years?
How many years? About 4 years. About approximately 4 years.
This party, Ms. Jackson?
This party is just a few months old.
Yes.
And recently, for the years now?
About years, because I'm a humanitarian, I'm a philanthropist. Do you not know who I am, sir?
But that's what we hear.
Very good.
You came to find out who you are. My first experience of you.
What should we do? Some real research in it.
Yeah.
I do real research and I see a whole set of things. You understand? They're telling me about Saka, about this, about that, about this. You come to take over the PNM or something?
I come to take over the country.
That's it. Country. That is
It's beyond politics, sir.
It's beyond politics.
It's a war for the people.
War.
Yeah.
But let me hear back what you say.
Ms. Jackson extended her hand to assist me in my time of apparent despondency. But I'm having fun along the way. I mean,
Fun along you?
well, the ordinary person would have crumbled a long time ago and probably have a nervous breakdown precipitated by what has been transpiring in my life right now. She is assisting me very much. I don't want to go into much detail, but I want her to be Prime Minister today.
So, Auntie, what about you? You have anything?
Yes.
No, Auntie. What is it?
I remain standing.
I watched this as, let me first say, I want to, just that it should say.
And your area?
Diego Martin, it's Diego Martin.
What's some of the problems you're having down there? And how you feel Ms. Jackson could address those problems?
We having problems with the youth, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to be hateful in words, but she was explaining certain things this morning, and she's a woman after my own heart.
What she said exactly?
She was talking about the culture that we know, that we are accustomed to. And at the end of the day, it will be destructive if we do not lift.
Yes.
If we do not wake up.
If you do take a part.
If we don't.
I'll try to fix it.
So this is a family thing.
Right.
I mean,
so when you come here, feel like family.
Well, yeah, because remember, at the end of the day, we have this person seeing a vision, shop a vision, and a mission statement.
So what was your purpose for coming here today?
Well, today is for books for my children.
Which is what?
She have something you have to get involved with concerning books, which she said she did last year.
That's that school bus grant thing.
Yeah, well, she helps with books and all of that back to school. But as I was saying, she her vision and her mission statement is family oriented.
So will you vote for Kezel Jackson?
I will.
But I have a more important question to ask you. Every area in Trinidad have representative. Are you being represented in your area?
No.
Do you feel represented when you come here?
It was Rowley at one point in time because we had to go carnage, right, in the office. But when you go there, we know what happens. It's just say what they have to say to make you comfortable, and as you go away, nothing after
you feel
that.
This is a party that make it.
But that was what more important. You feel represented when you come here?
Yes, we are seeing.
All right.
Gentlemen, come into my room.
So boss, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Anyway, that's up so nice. You're welcome.
Well, Kezel, we have a thing here that we want to ask you some questions.
Sure, go ahead. All of them. We have limited time.
Ms. Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Are you coming from Flying Polypo?
Where's your other partner?
Sheldon, come now, man. Let me get this thing out of one time because you are saying that. We come from Flying Polypo. You see any point important the other day, people saying all kind of things about you.
We try to come and find you.
We try to reach out some of the times. And I don't know, we have a number. We try to think nobody never reaches back on the number.
Which number is that you're calling?
I think 666 something. I can't go on the phone right about now.
689-3282. That's the only number.
Yeah. We send some WhatsApp message and think to see if we could reach out there. But more importantly, plenty of the people talking. One they say one they say that this is a scheme. One they say that we see all kind of business all over. We see Sandom, we see Chobona, we see things. We want to know what's going on, what you have in store for the people. What you're proposing there.
Allow me to start from somewhere. Welcome, first of all, you're coming from the southwestern peninsula. Point Fortin, Labrador. Yes, this is home for my family. Yeah, I'm originally from down on that side. Now, in terms of the labels will come because I have to find innovative ways to fight this battle. Now, everybody has this device. Everybody's hand. Not everybody's interested in social media. Not everybody's interested in politics. Not everybody's interested in heavy conversations. But I can now, utilizing all my skill set, remember I would have...
I don't want to cut you off, but I would have been on holidays, not in Trinidad, and trying to check up on my social media, trying to see what's going on in Trinidad. And I saw an event with some people fighting on a stage.
Okay, well, we have to go from one to the other.
God, I don't want to be cutting your mind. This might be the only chance that we can see.
I mean,
let me hear what you say.
I don't want your thoughts to run away with you, so if you want to get a piece of paper and write them down.
Right.
Maybe you will forget it. So allow me to continue. In terms of the way and the method of presentation, we have to keep first the attention. Sometimes before you could get your intention out, the attention must first be had. So I will use different means, different mediums to grasp the attention, especially of the youth, who may be politically neutral or apolitical at this time, to get them involved. Because our culture is based on escapism and entertainment. We have to understand who we are, the psyche of our country, the psyche of what we look at, the psyche of what goes viral. So in order to mix these messages, I have to first, like a trailer for a movie, I first have to get their attention, and then the body of my intention can be had.
But do you hate Indian people? Because you see that thing with that double thing, some of them can't get past that. Do you hate Indian people?
I will go even further than that. I make no excuse that I am racially conscious of who I am. I am only doubles. It's not a healthy food, but sometimes they can't get away from the taste. However, what is wrong is wrong. If I use the indefinite pronoun some, I stand by that. Because I'm speaking from a factual position, not a fictitious position. Some of them are using dead water, is a reality.
Some of them.
Yeah? So I address the issue of some, that is a public health concern. And we ought to address it, not doubles alone, you know. But the issue, and we were speaking about doubles at that time.
So that was the topic, so that we can bring up that at that point in time.
Of course.
What about this thing? You remember I was in a psychiatric facility or something, so check yourself.
I will tell you, I taught psychology and sociology at the University of the West Indies for 10 years. Admitting that I don't try trick, but then your statement is also fully loaded. Very presumptuous by nature. Yeah? So to say trick is that you indicate that you have some facts that is a lie.
No.
So allow me to continue. I will tell you that no. No. If I am eccentric, maybe enigmatic, yes. I pride myself by being my authentic self. I make no apology for that.
I really don't care if you're eccentric,
yeah?
You can be as eccentric as you want. Personally speaking, you can be as eccentric as you want. My concern is that room full of people there. And we do a lot of work all over the place. A lot of people have been reaching out to us and asking us to reach out to you or partner with you, because we are from Point and Library, and people in Point and Library need help as well. What is your intentions with people in Point and Library?
This morning I was telling somebody that the past passes through the present to reach you now.
Yes, Southman is your uncle. So
yes, as I said, the past.
So how come you're
passes through, you can't say that again. You all are using statements without backing, right? First do your homework before you make assumptions. I will go again. The past passes through the present to reach the future. Of course, I would answer all those as well. In terms of Point 14, do you understand the history of Point 14? When Point 14 became a borough, sir? What year?
I don't know.
You're from the Southwestern Peninsula when it became a borough.
I can't remember.
What year was oil found in Guapo? Because I'm going somewhere. 1980, Point 14 became a borough. Oil was found, I'm going to tell you now, oil was found in Point 14 since 1906. Have we seen the development in Point 14 as a result of two booms that we would have experienced? Look at Dubai. Look at Dubai. And if you want Dubai is too far, look at Guyana. Guyana just found oil. The president already has given to each household resources via financial assistance. What this government and the previous government have done for Trinidad and Tobago. Now, when we look at Point 14, Point 14 was once just a coastal region. To get to Point 14 was 3 estates. Was La Fortune, was Clifton Hill, and the last estate was Adventure Estate. Those 3 estates combined in one make up Point 14. But if we look at the development, what we could put there, we could put means to make money. We ought to bring in water taxis, which I want to bring. Water taxis in Point 14. Not only water taxis, but also we can have aqua sports in Point 14. Point 14 is a hub to many things. If we do our history and we also remember Uncle Boy, which was Samuel Waldron, the sculptor from Point 14. That iconic symbol you see on Sepero and coffee of the Pan Man was done by the man from Point, Uncle Boy. When we look at the sculpture of Marcus Garvey on the promenade, Harris Promenade, by Uncle Boy. When we look at Butler statues, was done by Uncle Boy. When we look at Blue Boy, Austin Lyons, Iowa George, Fayan, Point 14 is rich in the orange economy. It is pivotal for government to use diversification through culture. Now I want to see cultural hubs in Point 14. Cultural museums that is well established. I remember the museum that some people never go and see. Well established where people can sell some of their goods. Where their artifacts, their tie-dye, their culture could be displayed and also monetized. I want to see not only Trevor Lynch doing well in Point Fortin, but people like Gordon doing well in Point Fortin. I want to see the grassroots man could be uplifted, because a rising tide, we're going to the coastal areas now, a rising tide of all boats. So how come some of those boats not lifting? Because they're not lifting from the ground up. They did the highway, they extended the highway. What is happening now to people of Labre, people of Vessany, people of Guapo, people of Sobo? They have lost a form of income. Because while the infrastructural development is good, it was not properly planned. Proper planning will mean think about the small businessman, how we can put them into our plan so that they can generate an income. They closed Petrotrin 2018. Point Fortin was the oil and industrial hub of Trinidad and Tobago. It was first found, oil was first found in Guapo. In 1906.
And it's still the best type of oil.
And it's still the best type of oil. But now they've gone from refining oil, they're producing it, yes, they're not refining it. They left several families without jobs, a state of unemployment and hopelessness. To do what now? To go to hire and buy refined oil from Petrojam, this Jamaican company, that perceived Jamaican company that was really a Venezuelan national, that was supplying Jamaica with oil, and then they were refining it there. And Trinidad and Tobago, all of a sudden, we are now purchasing refined oil from them. If they say Petrotrin wasn't making money, why didn't they downsize so at least we have what we need and keep workers employed? The government of today is wicked. And if you all are really representatives from Point Fortin and Labre, then you're supposed to join this team. I have looked at you, I have looked at you all. I have looked at your platform. I hear the passion, but your passion must be coined with purpose. And Philip Alexander is not the purpose. At one time I listened to him as well. And then what? He lose the sense of fight. Because what happened? He felt as though he couldn't do it on his own. He made a coalition with a woman that he went and he vomited about. Then he went and licked that vomit. To join arms with Kamala. To be an ex-barking dog in that kennel of the UNC calling itself a coalition. Now what we need in this country is leadership with passion and purpose. And also direction. So despite what the people may say, we have to awaken those that are asleep. Because it's a constant state of slumber. Do we know where we are going? In other Caribbean islands, we can get US currency. Trinidad and Tobago, you can't get US currency. You can only get 200 and something in the bank when you're traveling probably every 3 months. But there's some who have no problem getting. We need equity, time to balance the scale. Who stands between the sword and the sword? The shield and the sword. Who stands in the gap? Who is standing in the gap now? So I'm here, I'm paying attention to you on the ground. Just the same way people send my videos to you, they send your videos to me. They tell me, Ms. Jackson, these are 2 young men that are fighting a battle. And I see your passion, but couple your passion with purpose, please.
But Ms. Jackson, you say something that is bad. Every time you talk about Point and Labre, that's bad. You talk about the oil. Do you know, in the Point Fortin area, we contribute 40% to the GDP at Trinidad and Tobago, and it's the most porous in terms of infrastructure. 40% is actually about 14 billion US. And the people down there, the underrepresented, and people just force leadership, force a representative on them. And that is what we are against right about now, because we see just now that would have taken place there with the UNC. The first 2 people on them, these are people not doing any groundwork down there. They never did any groundwork. Can't would have said something there in the beginning. Where was these people when this was happening? Where was these people when that was happening? And we realize in the PNM right now, they have a lot of new members that never talk about nationalistic issues where that is concerned. We talk about Curry Marcel, it's the same thing. Now the pilots, they have a pilot in Point, and we see a nice sign with the pilots for welcome home, 4%. And we settle the salary to the with the pilots, and he saying nothing. So when we say these fellas and them are tools, they are spanners, they're not talking. PLM calling them or UNC calling them, they are members within these parties and them, that when they want to tighten no slack nana, they call them. They all the for.
What do you want to do about it?
Nah, we want, I can't take this. I'm fed up.
at the promises, are fed up at the fact that they know people coming and imposing certain things. It needs to change. And why I come up here, I was in attack mode. Why I come up here is because this. I'm going to tell you why. We're all over social media. And I'm going to take it down a little bit. Is the book granting. You see that book granting, where people talking about a mother called me, she say, oh God, where you doing Kezel? Where going wrong Kezel with, look, last term. She buy all the books, I say, I'm sure she asked for something. She said, no. She said, at the top of it, she said, girl, Kezel, I mean, you see all the books, man. But I know nothing, and she said she had a big hamper that would have lasted about a month and a half.
That is why I'm here today.
That's why we come here.
I am here today on behalf of the constituents of Confronting to find out from you how we can make it possible for that, what was it was explaining outside that book granting, how we can make it possible for people in Point to be able to access that. That is why I'm here. That's why I made that drive this morning, that 3-hour drive to come to the office. I am here on behalf of those mothers like the ones in your waiting area there. That's why, because they have been calling me and asking me if I could get talking to you or speak to you, and if they can be able to access that service as well. So I took it upon myself to come here this morning to speak to you about it.
Well, I thank you for your time. I thank you for your time more than ever. That's your greatest resource, sir. What a man really owns is he now.
Yes, but once my neighbor is happy, I just feel good at it.
Who's your neighbor?
Everybody's my neighbor.
All right. A good answer.
Once
who is that neighbor?
Once I walk out on the junction by me and everybody laughing, I can go back inside and sleep.
So Kezel, when you say there's a party, there's a thing to represent people, I mean, I know I've been a little repetitive, but I want to know in a nutshell, give me it in a nutshell, because there are people listening and they want to glean. Let me hear what you're about, what you intend to do. And when you're about to take this thing on the road. Because I don't like what you're saying already. It's not because that they're nice, eh? Yeah, so I ain't get caught up in no niceness. Yeah, what is the intention as a new party on the block?
I would tell you, I didn't get your name. Just remind me of your name again.
Renison Jeffrey.
Renison Jeffrey, and you are?
Sheldon Khan.
Sheldon Khan. So Renison and Sheldon, why did I start? I started because of that same passion that you all have that's overwhelming right now, the desire to do more, the desire to see us thrive, the desire to know that I have seen leaders that genuinely love their people. I've visited places to see the difference between a leader and Keith Rowley. I have seen it. I've seen where vision and development, when it is well matched, what it can achieve. So to sit back and just become another rabble-rouser is not what I am about. But I want to be an instrument of change. What change is this? What change? Everybody talking about change. What change is this?
What about hope?
Where we are going. But hope first breeds change. So in terms of where we are going, allow me to explain. Trinidad right now.
That's what the woman said outside.
Yes.
That's why she reached it.
Correct.
Because she voted for the system.
Yeah. And nothing is happening.
And
Trinidad right now has been basically sold over to China. People crying out from east, west, north, and south for employment. Yes, Shanghai and Beijing construction hubs, they are all leak. Napa, how much millions to billion was spent, was overall built by the Chinese. Sapa, built by the Chinese. Kirap overpass by the Chinese, that they brought in their workers too. When you look at the hospital, the Chinese. When you look at also the police station, St. James, the Chinese, and we can keep going on and on. Where in the world have you heard that one country has been twinning with another? Port of Spain twinning with Shanghai. Where in the world? We are involved in some geopolitical war that the average man is not cognizant of. Now, we cannot fight. We cannot even guard our own borders, our own coastal line properly. Can we fight anymore? If America were war, China is fighting against America. China is fighting against America. We understand the superpowers. We also understand that our Prime Minister has made an alignment with Venezuela. Now Venezuela has been under sanctions by America. What did he do? He hired the Vice President here, first he lied. Then the next day, a shipment of oil went to Aruba. The Aruba government said, no, we take no part in that. Trinidad sent that through here to Venezuela. He has made alignment with the people of Venezuela. They are running from the gobierno de Maduro. You running into him? You are making friends with the enemies of America for what reason? He is playing smart with stupid things. We are in a geopolitical war. If America decides to really wage war on us, we cannot survive it. We don't have the tools, the know-how. We can't even deal with our own crime, far less to deal with international warfare. What are they really doing? Where we are going, we will become like Haiti without intervention. Can't you say Venezuela? We will become like Haiti without intervention. So the people, the average man, they want the rah-rah-rah, kya, social media. But they will kya, until they kya no more. But then it will be too late. Because we are positioned in the heart of war. Without the ammunition, we are armless in a war. Do you know that America has removed all funding for training for the defense force in Trinidad and Tobago? They have removed all. As soon as Trump came in power, it was removed. Why? Because the government is getting involved in big people's business. We are island of love. We are island of love. Let's promote the love. Let's promote our culture. We are rich, we are flamboyant. Let's promote that.
Yeah, but only you alone, I only hear you alone saying that, you know. I mean, you rest of politicians like...
Because they play with panty politics. They love the mudslinging, the panty politics. They are not... Listen to me, I tell people, most of these politicians have never studied political science. I'm being honest with you. Most of them have never studied political science. They want to be a doctor, you study medicine. You want to be a lawyer, you study law. You want to be a fabricator, you learn welding. You want to be a mason, you must understand the basics of your skill set. You must understand it. But to be a politician, what? You have to have heights and votes, lights and people to come and stand because you have a vehicle that's moving. You're in a political vehicle that's going somewhere, and they know nothing about geopolitical science.
Well, I think in Trinidad you need a CPEP crew to support you.
A CPEP crew, another European, and then the people of themselves is a Stockholm syndrome. They are valued more than a CPEP contract. They are valued more than a URP contract. They are valued more than a box trade. But this is what the government promised them. And again, do you know Adolf Hitler, when he started plucking the chicken? He plucked the chicken in Parliament, put out every feather, the chicken bled, it squealed. But you know what happened? He opened his left hand and he gave the chicken some corn. And do you know the chicken ate? This is what the government has been doing to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
So what you're trying to tell me that? The politics in Trinidad and Tobago, the politicians fighting in a vacuum and not seeing what is going around the world and which will it will reach our shores then. Then our bottom line.
Not will reach it, it is on our shores. It's already on our shores. We are already positioned for war. Then they laugh. They laugh again. They laugh that Kezel Jackson put out a message on Facebook for Trump, for the President of the United States of America. They laugh because it's unconventional. Maybe it's unethical. But can he do things the same way all the time? I wrote via all these normal procedures and protocols, as you would say, no response. But do you know when I wrote on his wall, I finally got a response? Huh? To fight for what? To beg him for what? For mercy. For mercy for a country that do not understand where we are positioned. My dear friends, this runs deep.
So is it that you position yourself to do things differently?
Well, you would answer that. Clearly you can see it. Nothing is the same, is it? Nothing is the same.
Kezel, I know we can't listen. What you talk about here, and what I was hoping to see when I come here and see something different.
So what are some of the things that you want to do differently?
No, but that's the thing. Wait. What I'm saying is this.
I love that question.
I don't want you to say everything, but I want to invite you.
Do you see yourself as unique?
I do.
In what way? In politics.
In politics, why? Because in Trinidad and Tobago, we never had a politician that dipped from his pocket In Trinidad and Tobago, and if you say Eric Williams, that's another lie. I can go back in history to tell you that Eric Williams is just a Negro used by the colonial masters in order to have representation, so that the Africans may think that they have a leader.
How that fight ended up in a neighborhood? What went on there?
All right, I'll tell you. One person, which was a young lady and a man, a couple I would say, they came on the stage to abuse, not me, they didn't come to abuse me, to abuse my executives. Why? Because of greed. Because they couldn't see that they could only receive one rather than many. They said that they have more than one child, all should get accordingly. That is not possible when we have a set of mothers sitting down there waiting to see if they will get something. So where does that
Remember,
I said that money came out from my pocket as well as some from the membership. If you do your math, we had 720 persons there. They paid $300 for their membership card, which was their entrance card.
So why are you
so if you look at it,
that?
Go to them. This is what we should be asking them. Go to them.
How come we not see other political parties doing the same thing?
Go to them. Go to them. These are the questions we should be asking. Lifetime membership in PNM is $10,000. How much is lifetime membership in UNC? Can you tell me?
No.
12,000. Lifetime membership I'm speaking about. Lifetime membership in All People's Party is $100 for membership. Lifetime, $300 per card. What do people want? Blood? Well, we have that too.
So then how are you able to fund these book grants and those fridges? I saw some microwave.
Fridge, stove, microwave, washing machine, dryer,
if a person don't,
welding plant.
if you give a person one bicycle and they disagree and they want two and they decide they want to attack it, how does $100 pay for two bicycles for one family?
Tell me. See, the maths is not maths then. So this is where the ignorance of the nation has to come in. Because when some come out on social media, like my idiotic opponent Jabba, and the next clown called Chance, without doing proper mathematics, mathematics also have to be called with statistics. Because the data must make sense. You can't have an algorithm without factual information. They quoted on some figures that I wish that we had, which was not so. So they thought we had more than we had. So in terms of the algorithms, PNM has been collecting lifetime membership for how many years? Have they ever done what we are doing right now? Open their doors? Exactly. But the oligarchy benefits. But the masses, the grassroots man, have they really benefited anything from the PNM? Can they really say that?
The lady outside played too.
Well, but she really said no. But this is the questions we should be asking. Now a new party is coming to do it. They start to calculate a pyramid. I say, well, if it's a pyramid, then call me Nefertiti, my dear. I sit on top of it. Call me Nefertiti. Because it's a level of ignorance coupled with arrogance. Do the math. 7 something by 3 is 200 and something. That's for the membership lifetime cards. 100 by how many members? Do the math. 1.1 million plus 175,000 in appliances. Then 252,000 in appliances. Do the math. How much we reach? Almost $1.5 million, my friend. How much did we collect?
Yes, but can you maintain that expenditure over a period? I did that concept skill.
It cannot be maintained without the support of the people. And I've explained who are the people that I speak about. The power of the collective. Together we are stronger. Now, you raised a question on your platform asking is Kezel financed by the 1%? I want to tell you 99%. 99% is stronger than 1%. Learn the math. Don't let the psyche, the psychological conditioning of 1% control Trinidad and Tobago. It's not possible, but we have seen the impossible become possible. The 1% is greater than 99%. But the 99% have to recognize what the 1% is doing or have done that we are not doing. Collective power.
Do you think that the PNM and the UNC sees you as a threat?
Well, if they did not, they would not have been attacking so. The pelting stones, you put the pelt stones at a mango tree that's not bearing, that's madness.
I don't want to go on in financial medicine.
Yeah.
Because we can't go on. But at the same time, we want to invite you to one of our programs in which you can start to dissect this going down the line. Because all of these things are topics that you could expound on because we have a lot of questions to ask. We know that a lot of people outside there, we want to say thanks for accommodating us. You understand? We come from far. My name is Renison Jeffries.
Yes.
You understand? I don't no fighting.
No fighting.
No fighting.
Wrong shoes. Wrong shoes.
I didn't know they shall not carry. Both are we.
But you know what? I was here. Let me just remind you.
Yes.
I am very interested
Yeah.
in that book granting for members of my
So let me tell you something. I didn't get to correct that for you. There are members of Point 14 that are already recipients of the book grant.
Yes, I know.
So I will tell you. So we close it off because we have the kids club. All our members were told to join the kids club.
So how
those
many,
members that are in the kids
club. Can I
club.
ask you a personal question?
Sure.
How many members currently do you have in Point 14?
I have to dissect the database based on Point 14. So Point 14, in terms of support, there are supporters who are not members. We have to get that differentiated. We may have supporters, but they may not be members.
Right.
So you too can have persons who supporting, looking at your platform, but they are not subscribers.
Yes.
So when you look, your subscription saying 100 and something, but your views saying 11,000 and something.
Right.
Because not all those who watch have subscribed,
Right.
but they are supporters. Yeah.
So on average, how much people in Point 14 are members of All People's Party at this point in time?
Just now you will become a member of All People's Party. Just now you may become even a representative for the area, and you will go back and give them that information. Huh?
Well, people
Put the camera on them. Put it on.
So folks, I want to thank you for tuning in. As you know, it's your boy Kanye, and a lot of you all have been asking me for some months now to visit Ms. Kezel and reach out to her in terms of the service that she has been doing, because you do you give free medical and legal services as well?
It's not for free. So we have our legal drive is $100 every Wednesday evening from 2 p.m. at the Shibwanas branch, and Friday at 2 p.m. $100.
Well, people, when we going on sign off this live now, as I say, we come up here, we try to get as much as possible. I know we're going on about 55 minutes now. Kezel have committed to coming on the show. You understand? All we can want to say, all we go dissect it. Trust me, we go and share it more. But thanks for watching, Kezel. I would like to say something closing, because you know you just come up in your office just
So
just like that.
I want to say to the Southwestern Peninsula, to my family and friends in Point 14,
Southman,
all of them, all the Hagels, the Nookies, everybody. I want to say from Labrie, come straight up Banks River to Guapo, Egypt, Tiche, Hollywood. I love you all. Fanny Village, I love you all. And the changes will be had. Point 14, I want to change your hopelessness to a state of hope. Better days are coming. I thank you.
Now, that was the interview with Kezel Jackson. Now, there were certain things that we would have pinned down during the course of that whole interview. And we are going to continue this throughout this week. And there are certain people, offices that we are going to visit. I'm not accepting no bullshit here in this area. Trust what I say. So the many of you that are outside there are offices that we are going to see. Again, all these politicians within Trinidad and Tobago, and if they want to let we come inside and have a discussion with them, any kind of talk, we go protest outside. We will. I go stay there and fast and pray, because if some of these leaders and them feel that they're getting a free pass in this election time here, or you guys are sadly mistaken. I, Renison Jeffrey, are not going to accept that in this area. Who the hell is some of you to just impose on what? On the people in this area? Man, over my dead body, boy. Over my dead body. And if at the end of the day, as I say, as a person here, I know nothing. I have no, I never smoked drugs in my life. I don't sell it. As a man that close to God. I don't go outside here and lie and take his whatever and back home. Or other places. So anytime you see bullet come, trust me, it was politically motivated by certain individuals. Trust what I say. Because you know why? There are certain questions they don't want to answer. There are certain things they just want you to vote for them. And they want to hoodwink you, the people at Trinidad and Tobago. And that is something that we will not accept in this area. Matter. So at the end of the day, without further ado, we are going to end this program here tonight. And watch out, it's coming. Because you can't come. What are you trying to say? That you go just send somebody in an area just so that never walk the ground? Hey Roger, what you trying to tell the people in the area? That you, because you enter some correlation with the UNC, that you must impose leadership on the people in this area? Man, boy. So at the end of the day, my name is Renison Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. This is not a mafia here. This is not a mafia here in this country. This is not a code. Searching for a particular video.
We keep each other's secret. It's only when you break rank, you go there and expose us, and for that, we're going to kill you politically. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. As long as we stay together, we will survive together. And we agree not to breach the code of secrecy. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. We're going to kill you politically. We're going to kill you politically.
As this government continues to champion crime and criminality in this country. As this government continues to champion crime and criminality in this country.
Tonight I told you I want to speak to you about morality in public affairs. Morality in public affairs means when you have put yourself up to conduct public business, you have to subscribe to principles of morality and ethics, even if they are not written in law. even if they are not written in law.
And that is all we are saying here. That is all we are talking about in Confronting and Library. Where is the ethics of the union? Where is the history of representation by Kezel and Clyde Elder? Who, at the end of the day, these two men are going to be loyal to? A position was just handed to them by a union without doing any groundwork at all, without any history as standing up for anything in Trinidad and Tobago. At the end of the day, Clyde Elder was part of the thing with TSTT, and at the end of the day, what going on? 500 people still at the final work. The upgrade. Man, to hell with somehow, yes. I am out. Good night, thanks for watching. And the many of you that would have joined us here on the live, thanks for being a part of this live here tonight. It has always been my pleasure in having these informative talks with you. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. We are part of this fastest growing network here on this platform. So before we leave, I'm going to play an ad. So to many of you that you know that looking for a car to buy, looking for something that has worked as hard as you, let me play this ad that some of you might want to do a little upgrade, want to get a vehicle, a panel van. It have a lot of things that could be done with it. Or you could get a work permit. It's only $16,000 down, $1,900 a month for 6 years. The thing for the poor man. And trust what I'm telling you here, you could never get a deal like this anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago. I challenge you.
Good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. My name is Sheldon Khan from Canada, Nigeria Lotus. And this afternoon, let me introduce you to our Nissan Caravan NV350. For financing options, we are offering this vehicle at $16,000 down, $1,900 a month. That's $16,000 down, $1,900 a month for 6 years. Further details, you can call us at 785-3822. That's 785-3882. And from me and Canada, Nigeria Autos, let me wish you all a bright and prosperous New Year. Good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. My name is Sheldon Khan from Canada, Nigeria Lotus. And this afternoon, let me introduce you to our Nissan Caravan NV350. For financing options, we are offering this vehicle at $16,000 down, $1,900 a month. That's $16,000 down, $1,900 a month for 6 years. Further details, you can call us at 785-3822. That's 785-3882. And from me and Canada, Nigeria Autos, let me wish you all a bright and prosperous New Year.
from now, I will be harvesting my crops. Imagine where you will be, and it will be so. Hold the line! Stay with me! If you find yourself alone, riding in green fields with the sun on your face, do not be troubled, for you are in Elysium, and you're already dead!